would argue that mainstream economics doesn't even do a good job of explaining consumption, resource allocation, etc. The things that it claims it does very well. I don't think it does that. I don't think that many of the notions that we use as a matter of course in our discussions are actually good concepts. For example, productivity, which is output per worker. But then output GDP, how do we define it? Does it actually measure human welfare? Workers, do we include all the unpaid workers? We are not even clear about the basic concepts that we use. So I would argue mainstream economics doesn't do a good job in explaining consumption, investment, employment, resource allocation, and so on. So that's the first, but definitely it does a terrible job in all of the things that it sees as outliers or external to the system. The notion that that nature is external to the system, when the economy is all about human beings interacting with nature, and to treat that as an externality, to treat pollution as an externality, something outside the system, to treat the impact on the climate as an externality. This is so fundamentally conceptually mistaken that it tells us there's something wrong with the way we're practicing the discipline. If we say we have this model, reality is like outside of it, that's reality's problem, there's something wrong there. We have to change that model to encompass reality. We have to change our analytical approach to recognize that human interaction with nature is a fundamental way in which the economy works. And to actually deal with that, we have to have theories that recognize that human interaction with the economy does the following things. We have to have assessments of output and GDP, which deal with the recognition that the way we produce our output and the way we distribute it and consume it affects nature and affects our ability to consume that output or produce that output in the next period. So I would argue that it's not that economics has done a good job in this and a bad job in that. Mainstream economics has not done a good job in any of these things. There are alternative streams of thinking about these issues, which we should draw on when we are developing an economics that is relevant for the 21st century. And I think it can be done.